Today we're checking out the new Pixel 7a. Definitely came a little sooner than I was expecting. Comes in 4 different colors. The one I've got here is called C, or as I like to call it, blue. Now current price for this is $499. I'll leave a link in the description with current pricing and more information. I know some places give out $50 gift cards, and there's some other good deals out there as well. I know at first glance you would probably think this is the Pixel 7, and yeah, there are some similarities, but there's a few things that are going to be different. For one, you've got a different size screen. It's got a 6.1 inch OLED display instead of 6.3. It's also 90 Hz refresh rate, 1080 by 2400 resolution. It's also using Gorilla Glass 3 instead of Gorilla Glass Victus. Comes with Google's Tensor G2 processor. It's got 128 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM. But a lot of the other specs are going to be very similar to the Pixel 7. It's just they're using a little bit cheaper materials. It does have wireless charging now, but not fast wireless charging like the Pixel 7. And one nice feature that you've got on this that you didn't have on the Pixel 6a is going to be Face Unlock. You only have 2 microphones on this one versus 3 on the Pixel 7, and you don't have spatial audio, so a few small differences here. And it comes with Android 13 right out of the box. Okay, this blue color, definitely a little more subtle than I was expecting. Really looks good on the edges. Pretty shiny plastic here on the back. I gotta say it looks really good in person though. Inside the box, you've got your SIM card removal tool, customer support info, and safety and warranty information. You've got a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, and the adapter they like to include. Always nice to see that if you're switching from an older phone. Really nice how they got the blue color on the edges and along the camera bar there. Actually looks like a pretty premium design. Again, very similar to the Pixel 7. You've got your power and volume buttons there on the right hand side, SIM card tray on the left hand side, speaker and charging port down there at the bottom. You can also see the camera visor doesn't quite stick out as far as on the Pixel 7. As you can see, pretty much the same size as the 6a, just a little bit smaller than the Pixel 7. But now it has the camera bar that's a little closer to the Pixel 7. It also feels a little bit thicker than the Pixel 6a and Pixel 7 as well. In case you're wondering, this is available to work with an eSIM. I still prefer a physical SIM card, but it's always good to have options. Now for some reason you didn't get Face Unlock on the Pixel 6a, but you do have it on the 7a. Kind of interesting, but you notice how the circle around the front-facing camera gets a little larger as it's doing the Face Unlock, then it goes back down to normal size once it's done. Okay, I like how they're changing the wallpaper to match the color of the phone, sort of blue feathers. You'll also notice the accent color also matches the phone as they're using a lighter blue color. Now one downside to the home screen, you can't really move this search bar down at the bottom or what they call at a glance up here towards the top. You can only modify those. And then just like other Pixel phones, if you tap and hold on the home screen, you've got your home settings, widgets, wallpaper and styles. You can choose your accent colors or you can switch to dark theme, themed icons. Swiping left to the home screen, you're gonna have the Google Discover newsfeed. One thing you'll probably wanna turn on first thing is called Smooth Display, where it takes it from 60 Hz to 90. Although I know some people out there don't really notice a huge difference. I might just leave it on 90 Hz for a while, see how it goes. Good thing is this is Widevine L1, so you can watch at least full HD playback resolution on apps like Netflix, and then up to 4K resolution on YouTube videos. Open the notification shade, you got most of your basic stuff like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Do Not Disturb, Auto Rotate, Airplane Mode, Battery Saver, Flashlight, Screen Record, Nearby Share. You can also add a ton of other shortcuts on here like Sound Amplifier, Live Transcribe, Data Saver, Hotspot, Screencast, Alarm, Wallet, and so on. And then of course when you swipe up anywhere on the screen, you've got all of your installed apps. Now surprisingly, they're all apps from Google. They don't even add Facebook, Netflix, or any other third-party apps that I can see. Looks like it's using 20 gigabytes of the 128 available, so not too bad there as far as storage goes. Looks like there's already a security update, so we might as well go ahead and do that. And then as far as software goes, it's going to be very similar to all the other Pixel phones. You're even going to have most of the same gestures, like quick tap, quickly open the camera, flip the camera for selfie, tap to check the phone, lift to check the phone, flip to one-handed mode, press and hold button. You can also change the power button to actually power off the phone instead of using the digital assistant. You also have the option of 3-button or gesture navigation as well. Definitely looks like an improvement on the fingerprint scanner as well. I know that was one issue with the Pixel 6a when it first came out. Nice thing about this phone, even though it's cheaper than the Pixel 7, you're gonna get basically the same performance for single core and multi-core scores. Not quite as good on compute scores for some reason, but the 7a is quite a bit of a jump in performance when you compare this to the Pixel 6a. It also plays games like PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9 fairly easily, nice and smooth graphics. You're also going to get HD graphics, high frame rates on games like PUBG Mobile. Obviously you can turn those up if you like, but overall, just from the short time that I've tested this out, it does a pretty good job with gaming, especially on PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9. Now I also ran my typical battery drain test and it lasted over 14 hours at 100% screen brightness, which is basically right at the top of phones with the best battery life that I've tested on the channel, and that's at 90 Hz refresh rate, which is kind of surprising. I do wish it had faster charging though, considering it takes almost 2 hours to charge back up. As far as wireless charging on here, sure, it's not going to be as fast as the Pixel 7. There's not that many other phones in this category that even have wireless charging, so definitely a nice feature to have. Appears to work with MagSafe wireless charging pretty good, so you could probably use this with other MagSafe accessories as well. Now when it comes to the speakers on here, plenty loud enough for what it is. Let me just give you a quick sample so you can see what they sound like. Now when it comes to the cameras, you've got a 64 megapixel wide angle main lens, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and it's going to be a little bit wider angle than the Pixel 7 at 120 degrees versus 114. Then you have a 13 megapixel ultra wide lens, which again is a little bit wider angle than the Pixel 7. Inside the camera app, you've got night sight, you've got long exposure, portrait, camera, video, and 3 different modes: panorama, photosphere, and Google Lens. Nice thing is, for video, you can shoot up to 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. You can also do slow motion and time lapse as well. As you can see, it does take a little bit of time to process still, but personally I'm okay with that. Usually the photos on Pixel phones look really good. Here's a few photo and video samples just to give you an idea of what to expect on the new Pixel 7a. Not sure if you can tell from the video, but camera samples on here are going to be very close to the Pixel 7. I know the Pixel 7 is a little bit better in some areas, but considering you get really close with the 7a, for me, I don't know if the Pixel 7 would be worth the extra money. Unless you can get it on sale, then it's a no-brainer. Now obviously this phone is not going to be quite as good as the Pixel 7 when it comes to videos, but when just comparing photos, I feel like it's going to be close enough for most people that you probably wouldn't even know the difference. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at the new Pixel 7a. Definitely a nice step up from the Pixel 6a. Now it's going to be a tough decision between this and the Pixel 7, especially considering the Pixel 7 was about the same price just about a month ago. So chances are it's going to be on sale again. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.